Good evening. Welcome to Better Wethersfield. My name is Leslie Asoyan. Today is Wednesday, May 27th, 2015, and we're going to have a great show tonight. We've got the Keane Foundation president and a board member with us tonight, Judy Keane and Barbara Bellis. We're going to talk about the Keane Foundation programming and lots of great stuff that's going on with their foundation, and we're going to have a really fun show tonight. So let's start off with Judy Keane. Judy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the Keane Foundation just as a whole in terms of its kind of its evolution and where you're at.
Well, we began soon after 9/11 on September 11th, 2001. Family and friends got together and decided that we wanted to create something in my husband's memory, Richard Keane, Dick Keane. And we thought a sports center would be a really good thing because he loved sports and he always felt there wasn't enough space in town, gym space, for him to have a pickup game with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
So after many, many years, I think we opened in 2008 with the sports center on the other side of the community center. And it was probably $1.5 million that we raised during that period of time to let it happen, to make it reality.
Wonderful.
And it's a beautiful facility. If you haven't seen it, you have, I know.
Yes, yep.
But for anybody that has not seen it, stop on down and see what's going on there. It's used all day long by many different groups, seniors, after-school programs.
Is it open to the public?
It is. And actually the gym can be rented. A lot of times it's rented for birthday parties. The rental is very reasonable. And there's a fitness room too where people can come, and for a small fee they can use the fitness equipment every day.
Right.
There's even a shower, and we do have some people who come and work out, shower, and go back to work.
Oh, I didn't know there was a shower.
Yeah, there is. That was very important during the 2 years that we had bad storms in town. And this was a shelter, the community center. And the shower, there was a list. Every 15 minutes, somebody was signed up to use the shower. It was really critical to the town of Wethersfield at that time.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a great charging station, too. You could come and charge your iPhone.
Yeah, right.
Because without electricity.
I know. So let's talk about, let's go over your mission, the Keane Foundation mission. If we can put that up, Danielle, so folks can see it.
Well, the mission of the Keane Foundation is to support, sustain, and develop programs for the community that will offer sports, fitness, educational, and recreational programs. So it's very broad. It does, however, focus on programming. So we are not in the business of building a building anymore.
Right.
We will enhance the facility as needed. We did a couple of years ago add air conditioning, which is wonderful during the summertime because the building is used for summer camps and kids in the gym. It was really dangerous for them before the air conditioning came in. So that has really, as I say, enhanced the building itself. So.
Now, Judy, when you say programming, is that for youth or primarily youth?
All ages. It's
all ages, okay.
Intergenerational. We actually now have supported a senior chair yoga. And the seniors absolutely love it. It provides them with safe exercise. And they, spend time learning the yoga from a chair.
It makes me laugh because it's like, how do you do the downward dog in a chair?
They probably don't.
But that's really awesome. I'm sure that I know they have belly dancing and other things, but it's great that the Keane Foundation.
Is very good. It also helps with balance. It helps with a lot of different things that are particular to the seniors. So
is that a good turnout for the seniors?
They've had 85 people, I think, this year take advantage of the chair yoga. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So our money really covered a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. So just in terms of the mission, you have lots of things that are going on in the Keane Foundation. Lots of different programming, lots of events. So the most recent coming up is...
the 5K.
The 5K.
I'm going to let Barbara talk a little bit about that because we developed running clubs. Barbara was the key person to get running clubs up and and running at the 5 elementary schools, and it's very successful.
On June 7th, which is about a week and a half from now, we're going to have the 14th annual 5K, which we're thrilled about. It's 3.1 miles. We start near Hanmer School, right on Garden. We go towards the green. We go north twice around the green, and then we head back. It's been a great family event for all 14 years. But more recent, we established running clubs in each of the public elementary schools, and we're bringing those kids to the 5K, and it's awesome. The Keane Foundation has graciously donated T-shirts for all of the kids, different colors for each of the schools, so each school stands out at the 5K. You know what kid is from what school. There's 2 or 3 coaches at each school that support the kids that day. We encourage the families to either run or cheer with their running club child.
And you can walk.
And you can walk. You know, we use the terminology run, but really what running is defined as in our running club is jogging/walking. Not all our participants are in a position to jog for a sustained period of time, and that's really the goal of the program, is to get their endurance up through pacing and breathing and smart running, really. So this week is our 5th of 6-week program, and then we will all join together at the 5K, and we're thrilled to do it.
And Barbara, they meet for an hour a week
Yes.
at their own school
Yep.
with coaches who are hired by the Parks and Recreation Department.
That's right. Yeah, it's definitely a collaboration. Initially, when we started a year ago, we got help from the Central Connecticut Health District. The Keane Foundation and the town Park and Rec Department collaborated. I am the liaison between the organizations and the coaches. And the coaches meet the kids after school. We all have a different day of the week. I ran with the Webb kids today. It was 90 degrees, but we did it. We did okay.
But they do have water.
We do have lots of water, and we instructed the kids to just take it down a level. You know, don't run or jog as quickly as you typically do, and they did fine.
Well, safe exercising is really as important as learning how to exercise.
Yeah.
How to make sure that you're safe doing your sport.
That's right.
What about non-resident students? Are they eligible?
Absolutely.
They are, okay.
Yes, because this is a program through the Park and Rec Department, a child that doesn't go to Webb could go to the Webb running club, and we do have a couple non-residents in our running.
So they could choose any of the 5 schools that they wanted
That's
to go
right.
to, okay.
Yes, yeah.
So they don't have to be a resident to join, and if they're a resident and they don't go to the schools, they can still join?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you know, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that, and there's a curriculum involved here. I mean, you put together a whole curriculum. It's not just a willy-nilly running club.
No.
It's something that has really been refined, and the coaches know what they're doing. I mean, they have a set of guidelines that they have to follow and a curriculum, and
That's right. We, as I mentioned earlier, 3.1 miles. We have 6 weeks to get the kids from 0 possibly, or some of them are playing sports already and they are cardiovascularly fit. But we have the 6 weeks to get them from 0 to 3.1.
right.
So for the first 3 or 4 sessions, all the coaches incorporate drills, because for the first session we only jog 15 minutes. We don't want to overdo it. Today we did about 36, 37 minutes, and then next week we'll do about 40, 42 minutes, and that'll get us to
So each week you increase?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, that first 15 minutes for the first session wasn't straight jogging for every kid.
Yeah.
And I talk about strategy. Everyone pick your strategy. Don't stop when you want to stop. You stop according to your strategy.
Right.
So if your strategy is you jog the long sections and you walk the short sections, stick to it unless you don't feel good.
Right.
Because they can do it. If
Yeah.
you stop when you want to stop, you'll be stopping too often.
Right.
And one of the things that this came out of a study in town that showed that there's a lot of kids that are overweight and that are not exercising as much as they should be. And so a lot of television time, a lot of device time, and that kind of impedes
absolutely.
their interest in getting out there. So this is a way of helping kids to know how to exercise in a moderate way. You know, they don't have to be the athlete of the year, but if they can just run to school or walk to school even, or down the street, it's really
Well, and
important.
it gives them an opportunity too, because the first time that you did it, you had a big sign-up rate, right? Wasn't there a lot of students?
Well, we still have a lot of students.
yeah.
Do we have even more this time?
Yes, I would
Oh,
say
yeah,
this year,
I mean, between the 5 elementary schools, we're at about 200.
That's fantastic.
It is. That's
really
200
good.
kids that may never have done this before.
Absolutely.
And really, to see some of these kids participate in a 5K is one of the most awesome
It's a
things.
miracle. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's the message about the 5K that you're telling the kids? What about one that is not a really big cardiovascular person but wants to try to do it? Is it about the win? Is it about
no.
the doing it?
It's about the finish.
Okay.
It's about participating and not being afraid to be a part of something
Yeah.
Right.
so
and
great.
all they have to do
Yeah.
is finish the
That's
race,
right.
the course.
And it doesn't have to be pretty.
So they can walk it to finish it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And when you finish
and they
it-
won't be alone. There's a lot of
There's
Yeah.
a lot of run walkers
Yeah.
outside of the running club, so that's
Right.
a
Yeah.
way to get through it for a lot of people.
Our particular race has a lot of baby carriages. There's a lot of older people that are walking. We actually had to raise our categories last year because a woman complained, 60 and over isn't enough. I want a 70 and over.
Oh,
So
wow.
we now have a category for 70 and over.
Oh, that's great.
So we are very responsive to the community, but it's great to see a lot of different age groups out there that day.
Oh,
It's always
absolutely.
fun.
So when you finish the finish line, there's lots of great stuff there too.
Oh, there is.
There's bananas and oranges
There's
and plenty of
fruit
water
and
and
bagels and water and the anticipation of who won.
Yeah.
Which group won.
yeah.
And we do have first and second place winners in each age group. But then we also have a trophy that goes to the school that has the highest participation in the 5K.
Yes. So, for instance, the school that has the largest participation that day relative to the size of their running club
Yeah.
gets a traveling trophy.
And it goes
wonderful.
from school to school.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and then
that's
we have
great.
another award for the largest running club. Period. And
Oh, that's
it's not
great. Yeah,
necessarily
yeah, yeah.
related to the 5K.
Right.
And that's a huge banner, and that's a traveling banner as well.
So the kids are encouraged by prizes in some
Yeah.
way.
Right. What about signing up? Where do they go? Where do they get the forms?
The form is
They
available
go
online.
through the town as they would for any other town park
Okay.
and rec program. So either online,
Okay.
or they can come to the town hall or community center office.
Okay, perfect. And is there a fee?
Very reasonable fees, $10 for 6 weeks. And we have the motto, if the $10 is going to keep you away, you don't have to pay.
Wow. What about to do the race?
For running club kids, regardless of age, it's $5.
Okay.
If the running club participant brings in another runner, the running club participant is free.
So if they just bring their mother, their father, their brother,
Yeah.
and if the more they bring, the happier we are.
Yeah, we encourage, and that helps the runner feel more secure. They're going to run with a family member
yeah.
or a friend.
Yeah.
Right.
The coaches are there.
Yep.
But if they have other people that they're familiar with, all the better.
My son's in the running club. And you know what I like about it for him, because he's in soccer? It really helps him with that cardiovascular part of it for soccer.
Yeah.
It really gains his strength to do better in soccer. So it really transcends so many other physical activities. So it's a wonderful event.
Running is almost free. There's no equipment to buy other than a pair of sneakers and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And you're off. So for kids that don't have a lot, this is a wonderful way for them to exercise.
Yeah.
And running is very in vogue right now. So they'll be,
It is in vogue, yeah. So tell us the date again.
June 7th.
June 7th, Sunday, June 7th. Registration is between 9:30 and 10:30 in Hanmer School Gym. You can also pre-register through mid next week. The timeline is getting short, and the registration form is on the website.
And this year we have a new timing company as well. And I think that they're going to bring lots of balloons and lots of paraphernalia so that people will love their new chute.
Yeah.
We've always
Oh,
had difficulty
great.
getting people
Yeah.
to go into the chute. Now I don't think we'll have a problem.
And it's chip timing, so that's going to be
Yes.
exciting for
What
the
does that
kids.
mean?
That means there's a chip that they'll
In the
tie
bib.
into. Oh, it's actually in their
In the
bib.
bib,
It's in
yeah.
their bib.
Oh, so when they
that
run.
records their time.
Oh my God, that's
yeah,
great.
It's less
I got to get my
manual,
son
yeah,
signed
more
up.
computerized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
It is. It's new technology.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
We're
That's a
off.
wonderful program.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the real big banner year for the Keane Foundation and grants.
Well, we are very blessed in that we have had a lot of donations and continuous donations. Our events have done very well in the past few years. We've just been very blessed. So one of the ideas that came up a few years ago was that we start to support other programs in town. Other organizations that have a program, including the schools, that they would like to launch or that they need help with. So this year we finally pulled the trigger and we actually are giving grants to different groups in town. So Barbara's one of the committee members, the decision maker, so you know, Barbara, for the grants this year. In the fall, we did give out, as I say, the chair yoga for the seniors. We contributed to the Wethersfield Early Childhood Collaborative that did a program at the library for non-English speaking parents who wanted books and materials for their children over the summer. So we sponsored that.
What about Movie on the Green last
Yes,
year?
The
Yeah.
school system, the PTOs in town,
Yep.
or WSPC.
WES, Wethersfield Elementary
Elementary
Schools. We are a subcommittee of the broader WSBC, which is all the schools in town. And the Keane Foundation for the last couple of years has supported a movie night on the green. The intent is to get those elementary school families together in one spot and
Yeah.
share a fun time
At the start of school.
at the start
Yeah.
of the school year.
Yeah.
Yep, so
It's a
we'll be
good
doing that
launch.
again in September, so stay tuned for a date on that.
Yeah, I know. Some people were asking me, "What's the movie? What's the movie?" I said, "I don't know yet."
Whenever's
We
available.
haven't picked it out.
There's still plenty of time
I
for
think
that.
Frozen is probably still fun.
So, Barb, give us some highlights about the grants.
Sure. We established the grant process and the grant application this year. We established 2 deadlines to apply, the end of March and the end of September. So we did get applicants for this first go-around, which was the end of March. PTOs and PACs, elementary schools, middle school, as well as the high school did apply. So to give you a couple of examples, Wethersfield High School, we contributed towards the Pieces magazine, which
It's
is a
their literary
magazine. So they're thrilled. We've done that. For Silestine Middle School, we are bringing back their after-school intramural program. That'll be starting up in September. I believe that's going to be 4 days a week, and middle
That's
school
wonderful.
kids will hear
Yeah.
more about that shortly. And for the elementary schools, it's a combination of enrichment after school, and in the case of Highcrest, Hanmer, and Webb, they've picked yoga for in-school time. For 2 schools in particular, Webb and Hanmer, the teachers and staff are going to get trained this summer. So they're going to be prepared starting in the school year to introduce yoga concepts throughout the school day.
And
Very
evidently, the
exciting.
yoga is very helpful for kids who have short attention spans or
Oh, yeah.
who have difficulty attending to the
Yeah.
school day. That it enriches their programs
Yeah.
as well. So.
Yoga's in vogue now too.
Well, it is. But you know, it also is very helpful to people in organizing their senses and
Yeah.
calming down a little bit too.
Yep.
So let's just talk about grants. I guess generally in terms of its eligibility requirements. It's not that it's for specifically PTOs or parent action committees. Give just a little
Not at all. It
details.
just so happens that this go around,
Yeah.
those are the applications we
Okay.
received. But what we want to stress is that to go on our website, read the mission of the Keane Foundation. If your organization provides programming that fits within that mission, we encourage you to apply.
We can't purchase a piece of equipment or do any particular item that the school wants or that any other organization wants. But if it's a program that's relative to our mission, then they are welcome to apply.
And your committee looks at it and they decide what's eligible, if it meets those eligibility requirements.
And the application is very formal.
Yeah.
And there has to be an evaluation method too. How are you going to evaluate the program and see whether it served the purpose?
Right.
Just as we have to do
Yeah.
when we're applying for a grant as well.
Yeah.
And you know, the amount of money may change year to year.
Right.
This year we happen to have a little bit more money to spend, but next year if we have to enhance the facility in some way where we don't end up with a lot of money, excess funds at the end of the year, then we won't be able to do the grants.
Right, right.
But this is over and above our operating expenses, and hopefully we can continue to do it.
That'd be wonderful.
It is.
Because it sounds like a lot of really great programming.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wonderful.
it's nice that the schools are benefiting this year. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm happy about the intramural sports for the middle school.
Yes,
I think that's
yeah.
great. That's a big one, I know.
That's big.
We did put up the website for the Keane Foundation. It is keenfoundation.org. Our producer just put it up again. So you can always check out the website. It's got lots of great information, contact information for Judy if you need to reach out to her.
You can reach me by just saying contact.
Yeah, on the Contact Us page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the website is really wonderful, and it also it has dates on there, too, in terms of what's coming up and what's going on with the Keane Foundation as well. We have about 5 minutes left, so let's talk about the other things that are upcoming with the Keane Foundation that folks can look forward to.
Everybody wants to know about the carnival.
Yeah.
Every child that sees me says, "Is it coming back? Is it are you going to have the carnival?" We will. The carnival is October 16th to 18th. It's easy to remember. It's the week after Columbus Day, the weekend after Columbus Day. And we have a great family business that runs the carnival. Betty Gillette and her family have been with us, I don't know, a few years now. And they do an excellent job.
They run it smoothly.
Oh, they do. It is so, a couple of years ago, we were sending people up to the Southstein Highway to use the ATMs. And I mentioned to them, gee, it's too bad you don't have an ATM. They did. They just didn't have it out. So now we actually have an ATM available as well. But the carnival is always fun, and we do need volunteers, especially adult volunteers. We seem to get a lot of kids who need the hours for their civics courses at the beginning of the year. But we can always use volunteers to help out with the carnival.
So another way to use our website is to contact Judy.
Right.
If you'd like to volunteer.
If you want to volunteer, yeah. And we have some very dedicated volunteers who have come back every single year. We've streamlined the carnival a lot. We used at the beginning we were cooking hot dogs and hamburgers and sausage and peppers, and it was great fun. We did it with Unico, but it just got too cumbersome. So now we have streamlined everything, and we need fewer volunteers now, but we do still need people that can be there.
Adult volunteers especially.
Adults, we do have a beer and wine tent, and we do need to have.
That's
adults
popular.
for that. It's standing room only. On Saturday night.
There's a lot going on in there.
It's fun, and it's a responsible way for people to show
Oh, yeah,
the
absolutely.
rest of the community that they can have a glass of beer and still be okay.
And they can't walk around the carnival with
No,
alcohol.
They cannot. It
They only
has
have to stay.
in the tent. Yeah. And we do monitor very carefully, make sure everybody's behaving themselves.
So we also wanted to remind the folks out there about the picnic
The
of remembrance.
family picnic is just a picnic of remembrance of 9/11. And this year, for the first time, it will be after 9/11. It's going to be on September 13th, just because of the way the calendar runs. But it's a great band. Prelude is the name of the band. They're local. And they've been playing for us for the last few years. We did have originally servicemen who came and played for us, and that was great fun. But now we have a paid band. The federal government cut back on where the service bands could be. We were not a top priority. Little old Wethersfield. But it's very nice, and it's from 5 to 7 on a Sunday night, and it's just a great way. You bring your own dinner and chairs and fancy tables, whatever you want. And the kids have a great time. They're dancing and running around, and we sometimes have activities for the kids too, but not always. And
It's just a casual night out with the family.
It's a night to get together and see people that you haven't seen for a long time. Good way to start off the school year too.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the carnival. When I'm putting the tickets on people and they buy tickets, you see so many people that you know. It really is an invigorating kind of a feeling.
It's a real community event.
It really is, yeah.
And from somebody who lived in the community almost my entire life, it's always great to see people that you haven't seen in a long time.
Well, it's like you're a local celebrity.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Everybody knows your name.
Everybody would have known my name anyway because of how long I've lived here.
Okay, and then we wanted to talk too briefly about the Luminaria. Is that do you pronounce it that way?
Yep.
Sales that the Keane Foundation does, and maybe people think it's Wethersfield Travel, but it's,
Well, it is. Martha
is it? Okay.
And Martha Kirsch and Steve started this tradition many, many years ago, and then they decided that they would like to donate the money to the Keane Foundation.
Okay, got it.
That's how it got started.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But they sell them all year long. Actually, they're beautiful at weddings and parties.
Oh, I
and
didn't know
whatever.
they sold them
Yeah,
year round.
yeah.
Okay. Let's tell everyone exactly what they are for those people who don't know.
They're a white paper sack that you fold down the edges, and there's a candle, a long lasting candle that goes into the bag. You have to stabilize the bag with some sand or salt, whatever you have, and just embed the candle in it.
Yeah.
You light them at the curb or near your house.
Christmas Eve,
At
right?
Christmas Eve, and we've had some rainy Christmas Eve, so we've had to move it off to Christmas Day or to New Year's Day. But when everything is done the same night, when we don't have rain, it's absolutely beautiful to drive through town and see the Luminaria lighted everywhere.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
It's done on my street, and it is really beautiful.
Yeah, and we encourage people to do their neighborhoods. So be a captain for your neighborhood and order all together. If you call Martha ahead of time, they will have them all ready for you. So they're kit, and I think they're $1.50 a piece.
Yeah.
It's
really inexpensive.
It is, and we've tried to keep the price down.
Yeah.
But again, you can use them also for parties, whenever. But weddings, a lot of people like the Luminaria for weddings.
Yeah. So we have a couple minutes left, and we wanted to just briefly talk about United Way donations.
Yes, people are invited to designate their United Way donation to the Keane Foundation. If you're going to be donating to the United Way through your business anyway, this is a great way to keep the funds in Wethersfield. And I know that people don't want to have all their money come back to Wethersfield, but if you'd like to make a portion of your donation be to the Keane Foundation, it's well used.
And is that information in terms of like your code or your number that's on your website?
Yeah, and you really don't need a code.
You don't, okay.
But in Hartford, people think they need a code. They don't. In fact, if you work for the Travelers or the Hartford or whatever, and you start to type in Keane Foundation, up will pop up.
Okay, good.
The Keane Foundation, so that it's very easy. And I understand United Way used to have a fee attached to it. Any funds that were donated, a fee was deducted from it, and they've changed that in the Hartford area now. So all of
Did they waive the fee?
They for some reason they've changed it.
Oh, that's
so
fantastic.
That the fee is no longer
That's great.
applicable in the Hartford area.
Wonderful.
So that means that we get all of your money, which is great. And one of the things that the money goes to is after-school programs. Our after-school programs, Mondays and Tuesdays, we provide busing from the 5 elementary schools to the sports center, and kids absolutely love it. Parents love it. It's just a fun thing. It starts.
Yeah, that
in
is a great
November.
program.
It is a good program.
My son did that. And if you want to know more about that program, just go to the KeaneFoundation.org, and it will give you all the details about that and
And all
registration.
of our other programs, yeah.
All of the other programs.
And we're always looking for new volunteers on our board as well.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
We welcome new board members. Our next board meeting is June 1st, in the meeting room at the in the sports center, just come. We'd love to have
Now, is
you.
that posted on your website, the dates of the meetings, or?
I don't think it is.
But if it's not,
we
they can contact
yep,
you.
they can contact me.
Through the
Anybody
contact
that's
us page.
interested in volunteering for the Keane Foundation Board of Directors.
Okay. That's going to do it for us tonight. If you want more information about the Keane Foundation and all of the dates that we talked about, especially the 5K that's coming up on June 7th, go to the website. We put it up here. Our Facebook. Also, we have a Facebook page, but
Yep.
Danielle, our producer, may put up the website,
There you go.
keenefoundation.org, and you're going to get all the information that you're looking for. And really, don't forget, like us on Facebook, Keane Foundation. It's going to come up like that. Thank you so much for joining us tonight in Better Wethersfield, and we will see you again soon. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
And thank you, guys.
Good. That was easy. You did a great job.
You did a great job.